One city councillor is calling for more accountability over how city councillors vote from issue to issue. Ward 11's Jeromy Farkas wants the record of councillor votes to be posted on the city's website so Calgarians can keep tabs on their representatives. He's also calling on the city to use electronic voting technology to create searchable records for how councillors vote. This is where we bring in Danielle Smith from Global News Radio 770 CHQR to continue this conversation. Welcome back. First off, how is the Global Petroleum Show?
Amazing. My brain is full. I've probably got segments now for the next 3 months. So
do I ask about the protester you tried to
on my show over the next little while?
I was going to ask about the protester you ran into on the day one.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure exactly what his issue was, but he was pretty strong. It took 3 police officers to get him out of there.
Oh boy!
Well, we got on with the show, and Jason Kenney was the first speaker, and he's been making news all week with his trip to Quebec, the fight that we're in with the federal government. There's just no shortage of news, I think.
Yeah, okay, well, no shortage of news, it seems, around Councillor Farkas as well. He's putting this motion to forward on Monday. Do you like this idea?
I don't know if it's going to be successful. It's funny because these kinds of proposals have come forward in the past. And what has happened is that the lawyers come in and say, we can't possibly do this. We can't have a Hansard and a record, a verbatim record of everything that's said, because you don't have parliamentary privilege and it could open you and the city up to lawsuits, which I find it to be a very lame argument, because if you say something that's libelous or slanderous against anyone and you don't have that protection in council chambers, then you're going to get sued anyway, regardless of whether there's a Hansard or regardless of whether there's a video. So it seems like there's a couple of quick solutions, is to ask the provincial government to give them that same protection that provincial legislatures and parliamentary legislatures have. But you don't then try to hide what you've said, and you don't try to hide what your vote is. And I think that's what it comes down to. This is what Jeromy Farkas is going to expose, is that I think council members like to be able to make their decision knowing that no one will ever know how they voted, so that when election comes around, they don't have to be held accountable for it. And there have been a lot of contentious decisions that have come forward. People are watching council closer than ever, and more people want an understanding of whether or not their council members in alignment with what they think needs to happen. So I think it's very timely, but I suspect that with most of his motions, or all of the motions to date that I've seen so far, he's going to get nothing but massive pushback. So I want to talk to him today about whether these kinds of proposals have been successful in other jurisdictions, whether he's got any allies on council, and how he's going to respond when inevitably the lawyers come back and say, no, we can't do this.
All right, should be a good conversation for sure. Thanks for this, Danielle.
Looking forward to it.
Danielle Smith Show on Global News Radio 770 CHQR starting at 9:30 this morning.